generation. Joining me now, the new Democratic candidate for governor of Florida, Charlie Crist. Governor Crist, good morning to you.
Good morning, Chuck. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I want to start with a question that...
The hurricanes.
Well, I don't want to talk about the hurricanes yet. But
I know. Forgive me.
That's okay. Let's start with why you did not run for re-election in 2010. Why did you want to leave the governor's office in 2010 and to go to the U.S. Senate? And why do you want to go back now?
One of the things I was most proud of when I was serving as governor is the fact that we really did reach across the aisle. We had cooperation. I worked with Democrats, Republicans, Independents, anybody who would help us in Florida and do what we needed to do to help education, to help our environment, to have good ethics. And I thought we really had a spirit and a tone of cooperation in our administration in that time in Tallahassee. And quite frankly, I thought that we needed to have that in Washington, D.C. So I ran for the U.S. Senate for Florida. It didn't work out, and that's okay. And here we are now. But I really thought that the tone of cooperation is something that I could bring, at least in some small degree, to Washington, D.C., and I guess I was pretty right. It's unfortunately rather dysfunctional, as we all know.
Why should Democrats believe you're not just switching parties out of convenience because it's the easiest way for you to get back into statewide office?
Because it's really who I am. You know, Chuck, I've had friends all my life tell me, you know, Charlie, you're really a Democrat and you just don't know it. And now I think I know it. I mean, you know, when I was a young state senator, you talked about that in your intro. Back in the early 90s, I was the only Republican that was on the health care committee, voted against a 24-hour waiting period for women who wanted to get an abortion because I just didn't think it was right to impose our will on somebody else and a woman's important decision about what she wants to do with her own body. Another example, when I was in the state Senate, I fought to protect the environment. I actually sponsored a bill that would put prop guards on outboard motors to protect manatees. I mean, this stuff is really not new to me. It's really things that I've always cared about, always believe were right. And it's really been more about what's right and wrong rather than what's left or right. And that's who Charlie Crist is. It's who I am.
What is the what do you believe? Define what you think the Democratic Party is today. And what forget what makes you comfortable inside the Democratic Party. What is the Democratic Party in your view?
Well, it's many things. You know, all the parties are. I mean, you know, they go from one part to another part, and I don't know that there's one definition, but for me, and this is why I'm a Democrat, is because it is where I feel most comfortable. Look at the Republicans. I think Jeb Bush said it very well not long ago. He said, when your party is perceived as being anti-women, anti-gay, anti-minority, you know, pretty soon the room's empty. And, you know, that kind of intolerant attitude, at least by the leadership in the Republican Party. I mean, my mom and dad are still Republicans, and they're very good, decent people, and a lot of Republicans are. But the leadership of the party, as you know, Chuck, has just gone in a direction that's out of control. And I just didn't feel comfortable there anymore. I mean, the way my mom and dad raised my three sisters and me was to be decent to other people, be kind to people, be compassionate, and I just don't see that in today's Republican leadership, and that's why I'm so much more comfortable as a Democrat.
If this were Jeb Bush, it's interesting you brought up Jeb Bush. If this were Jeb Bush's Republican Party, would you be comfortable being a Republican instead of a Democrat?
Well, maybe even more so his father. And again, to quote my friend Jeb, I think he said also that in today's Republican Party, he doesn't think that his father could get the nomination, or even Ronald Reagan for that much. I mean, it's pretty incredible, the transition that's happened in the Republican Party. It's the thing that has transitioned, not me. I'm just in a place